Many moons ago, Roundcorn was electrified for its former inhabitants, cows and pigeons, but now we just need electrics for human habitation. In the last video, I ripped out all of those temporary wires that were strewn everywhere on the old fuse box, and then I got started with doing all of the electrics properly, and that's what we're going to be continuing in this video. Tied up, and I've got this armoured cable coming through from the garage, and I'm going to be connected into its little fuse box up there, and it has a brass gland, and the earthed outer sheath of this cable is glanded onto this, so there's a direct connection, and that is what the brass gland looks like. Bit blunt. So if I've cut this right, this should all come off as one piece. That's the idea anyway. And then you can tie all of that up so it doesn't go everywhere. But now a case of exposing a bit more of this earthing. Before I take this off completely, I'm going to put this over the top. It's good to get that on nice and tight. That's our earthing, and that will expose our conductors. Three lines here, one which we'll use for the earth, one which we'll use for the neutral, and one which we'll use for the live. Can you see how that makes a direct connection with the outer earthed sheath and that? So this is directly connected onto this cable in the consumer unit. I'll get this popped into the consumer unit first and then put the cable over the top. I just wanted to do it like that to show you. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I may as well, you know what, I may as well just tighten it up now. Ziggy approves. And send this into that consumer unit. These knockouts are a bit, they aren't great, those knockouts really. They're better on the older ones, but anyway. That's by the by. I've just scraped the metal off there so that I can put this little brass ring on, metal to metal contact, so there's continuity for the earth, as well as self-tapping this to this metal carcass. I'm going to have to apologise for my manky hands. I didn't realise until I've been editing the video, but the reason for it is I was working with some lime, it's got into my gloves and it's aggravated some wounds and made them worse than they should be. I'm putting two fuse boxes in downstairs, one in the garage and the other in the flat that I'm living in. Then there's a third going upstairs, and I'm future-proofing the system by putting meters on the boards in case it ever gets split up and used differently. This has cracked a lot, which looks quite cool, but it wasn't supposed to do, and it's not ideal. It doesn't matter for this section here because I'm going to be putting a board on here and it's going to have all my electrical gubbins on it, but it was a tester to see if this was a good method for the rest of it. Now, to me, it doesn't seem like it is with how it's reacting, and it's kind of peeling, almost peeling away in places. Well, as you can see from the blood down there, I've managed to trap my finger on that piece of rod sticking out randomly, and it's just gone through my nail and gone through the end of my finger a bit. It's just a bit annoying, to say the least. I'm going to gland this cable off into this back box, just so I don't have to sweep it into underneath the fuse box. Hopefully this will zoom in alright. One crimp. This drill has got a really useful feature. So if I need to get a hole to go in at an angle down there, I can take off its head. There we go. How cool's that? And then daylight out there. Well, there's a bit of daylight anyway. So these DC cables will become live. I'm fine to touch one, but I can't touch two because I don't want to make a circuit. Otherwise that will give me a blast. But I need to test it to see which one's a circuit. It's a little bit sketchy. So if this one touches that one, sparks, flash, horribleness. If I touch that one and then touch that one, then that's bad. I don't want to do that. But I need to find out which is which. I'm just crimping these MC4 connectors on now. There we go, that's curled over it by these crimpers. So that is the generation meter for the solar panels. It tells you how much energy you've produced. And then above that is the inverter, which turns the DC electric into the AC electric. And then the thing that I'm terminating there is the isolator for the inverter. And all of that is upstairs. It's super handy setting all of the electrics off the wall, so you've got that space to route cables in behind it. It neatens things up and just makes life 10 times easier. We've got some power up here. I'll be testing all of this properly tomorrow. That's good. Happy days. It's dark outside now, so the solar panels aren't going to be working, but it's good to have it all rigged up. There we go, we're all back up and running. Got my camera set up, I got my internet set up, which is that one on the top there, which is just a 4G router. And we're making 230 watts on the solar, 240 watts. It's not a bright day, so it's, you know, it's pretty overcast out there. Not that you can see because there's no windows. But yeah, that's sorted and tidy. Happy days. And now I just need to get this absolute bomb site tidied up. It's got into a bit of a mess, so I'm just going to have a blitz now. Ooh, it feels good to be getting on with this. Proper lights in the garage and some sockets. There we go. Nearly there now with it. It's earth connected up and I think we're about there. Oh, that's a tight fit. Oh, that's going to be dreamy. Actually plug a 16 amp socket in now. Things like welders. Now we've got some strip lights to put up. The LED equivalent to the fluorescent light. This is my temporary light. This is what's keeping me going in here. It's going to be way better having all these other lights up. Oh, there we go. This is just going to do the lights in here, and then this switch will eventually be for the roller door. It'll be a 3-position retractive switch, so when you press it down it'll go down, and when you press it up it'll go up. Lovely. These are RCBOs. We've got a 32 amp one, a 16 amp one and a 6 amp RCBO. Everything's very cold. Cables are quite hard to manage when they're cold. Well, particularly bad. And say this insulation tape, it's just a bit easier when it's warm. I might have gone a little bit overboard with this fuse box, but I'd rather have too many ways than not enough. There we go. Oh, we have a fantastic earth fault loop impedance measurement. You'll be pleased to know. We're getting some lovely measurements. This is very exciting. We do the big power up, and this is the workshop lights potentially coming on. Okay, they're not switched on at the switch, I hope anyway. Oh yeah! Flipping brilliant, I nearly swore then. Yes! Oh man, that is going to be so... You know, using extension leads all this time, I'm going to have a workbench with a socket above it that I can just plug things in, not run things out. This is like a big... I've got a 16 amp socket I can plug a welder into. This is really, really good. This is a monumental step. I've got a workshop with power and lights and switches. Two switches, I can switch it off over here as well. Oh, beauty. Absolute beauty. Well, a bit blown away with that really. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to involve you in more exciting stuff. So in theory, if I plug this in here, it's like I've discovered electric for the first... I'm an electrician, I do this all the time. But it's like I've discovered electric for the first time. Right, so here we go. Oh man! So I think I'm going to leave this one here. Yeah, thanks very much for watching, as per. And yeah, hopefully see you in the next one. Ciao for now.